For TraderInsight.com, I'm Adrian Manns, and it's time for your daily dose of the doctor. For those of you who just attended the Miami boot camp, this is going to be a little bit of reinforcement of what you already know. But just remember, we were talking about those scalper volatility bands and how all of this stuff overlaps over the course of the session. So here you can see I've got a fib study on this chart of Apple. This is later in the day, right? We usually look at the scalper bands right around the open. We had some good trades right at the opening bell. But we saw that the volatility bands overlapped with 111.49 and 111.17 support and resistance from the intraday chart. Apple's been moving around in these bands, and what I'm going to do is go ahead and put an order in to buy Apple. My bias is on the long side, and we are going to buy at 111.17 and close out 100% of the position for a profit and 100% of the position for a loss. And we see that our offset on the loss side is about 11 cents in this case, and our offset on the profit side is going to be 32 cents. So with that in mind, just take a look at it, make sure the reward to risk ratio is okay. Got $160 versus a $55 loss, and go ahead and place those orders. And there you go. So now you've got your order resting under the market for Apple. We're only going to get filled if it comes down to that volatility band. 111.17 is going to be the entry, and for now we're going to use 111.49 as the potential retracement stop for a profit, and we might adjust that on the way out if we get filled at the 111.17 entry. A few minutes later, here we see that Apple's been bouncing around inside that zone quite a bit. It's come close to filling us on the entry order, but so far no cigar. It's been up to that 111.49 profit target. Did back away from that pretty quickly, so we might just lower that if we do get filled. And we are starting to drift a little bit lower on those NASDAQ futures, and Apple is looking a little bit soft here, so we might get filled. Remember, all the stuff that we talked about both at boot camp and then in the first hour trading course here at TraderInsight.com, lots of things are confluent here telling us that this is a level that we want to get in. So resting a stop right there, we got filled. Not a problem for me, right? It's not something that I'm worried about. I'm not thinking, holy smokes, what if I get stopped right back out or the market's moving down? I've got this entire trade pre-planned, and I've already made my decisions about how I'm going to handle the trade once I'm in. Now this, I'm going to move down just a little bit here, and I'm going to use 111.45 as an exit. Obviously, we've seen some support and resistance right around that line on the last few bars. So that is where I am going to put the exit on this order, just a few cents lower than we initially had planned. Trade has moved 50% of the distance to the profit target, so I'm just going to go ahead and ratchet that stop up to risk-free. You see that happened here. Worst case scenario right now is that we're going to come back down and stop out right at that 111.17 entry. Best case scenario, of course, is this 111.45 exit. And remember everything we talked about at boot camp. Why did we set all these Apple trades up this way today? It's all about the support and resistance lines. It's all about those volatility bands. And we want to keep focused on where the retracement levels are and see if those retracement levels are confluent with our support and resistance levels. And when they are, we've got very, very high probability trades. You can see here we're about to get taken out of this trade. We are trading right at that 111.45 order level. And there you go, we have cleared out of the trade. As some of you already know, we split our last boot camp into two boot camps because we wanted to keep the group smaller. We are doing an East Coast and a West Coast kind of a thing this season. So our first one is already done. It was in Miami Beach, and it was a terrific success. We had a great experience with everybody there. So happy that all of you had a good experience. Now, if you're interested in attending boot camp, but you were waiting for the opportunity to do one on the West Coast, we've got it for you. We're going to hold it December 5th through December 9th. It's going to be a great event right here in Newport Beach, California. As I said, this is the West Coast event for everyone who's been waiting for it. If you're at all interested, go ahead, click on the link in the video, fill out the application, tell us a little bit about yourself so we know who we're dealing with, and you will get a call from either Rick or Julie to discuss the exact details about the boot camp and whether or not it's appropriate for you. If you do sign up, I look forward to seeing you there. In the interim, if you have any questions about this or anything else to do with trading, shoot me an email, adrian@traderinsight.com. I hope you had a great trading day today and an even better one on deck for tomorrow. The best trader education anywhere, only from traderinsight.com.